believe it or not, as a kid, I always used to make movies like this. Even with the same kind of special effects techniques. I was in the bathtub. This is the 1990 movie that achieved cult status over the years. And not only did it split viewers right down the middle, it created a rift between them. In appreciation of the film Underwater, I will be reviewing some movies that came out. Actually, this is the last one that came out in 1989 to 1990. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon. Even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also hit that notification bell, and as always, subscribe. Alright, let's get into this. The plot. After a submersible called Siren 1 goes missing, Wick Hayes and a rather large crew head off into the Siren 2 to see what transpired with the first ship. Soon they do battle with tons of aquatic and bug life, and even encounter some alien human-like eggs. What's going on in this crazy rift? Besides having stock footage of a completely different sub descending into the depths, the rest of the effects, which include the miniatures and practical gore effects, are actually quite good. Lots of good colorization and lush landscapes, even though there's not really much grass or anything, it's just vibrant. This is a good-looking film and Blu-ray. One problem I have with the movie is that they show, in quick flashes, what happened to Siren 1, which makes the whole mystery for the audience kind of non-existent. We know that it's gone. But what transpires in the rift is quite crazy, wacky, and gory enough to make up for it. This was being made during the underwater craze of 1989, but didn't get released until 1990. Films like The Abyss, Leviathan, Deep Star 6, The Evil Below, Lords of the Deep all came out during 1989, which I previously reviewed. The Abyss had Michael Biehn from The Terminator and Aliens. Leviathan had Peter Weller from RoboCop and Prey 2007, as well as Star Trek Into Darkness. Deep Star 6 had Greg Evigan from Terror Birds, and Matt McCoy from Abominable. Lords of the Deep had Bradford Dillman from Piranha 1978, and The Evil Below had Wayne Crawford from White Ghost and Barracuda. So who did the rift get? Why, none other than Kick-Butt Ray Wise from RoboCop, Jeepers Creepers 2, and Jurassic City, as well as the bad anal R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, as well as its prequel. Jack Scalia from Kraken Tentacles of the Deep is also pretty cool in this movie too. In fact, I enjoyed pretty much the entire crew of the Siren 2. Even the ones with really bad American or fake accents, they were just hilarious to listen to. They even got Edward Purdom from Don't Open Till Christmas and Pieces to cameo. Speaking of Pieces, the director of that film, Juan Piquer-Simon, also directed Slugs and The Rift. He does a great job as always. The gore is top-notch and it's insanely zany. Uncredited as a producer, Dino De Laurentiis wanted to rip off the other film he financed, Leviathan, mainly so he could make money on both Leviathan and his rip-off, The Rift. With a $1,300,000 budget in place, the production went underway. Principal photography took 8 weeks, while it took 14 weeks to shoot the special effects. Speaking of the special effects, the gore, the effects, there is a lot of blood in this movie. No doubt. We get gory gunshot wounds, headshots, blood splattering everywhere. People grotesquely melt and decompose. There's a severed leg and some more. Most of the special effects are on a lower level of quality, but the practical creature effects are really good most of the time. The motion picture soundtrack, it has sort of a mystical quality to it. I liked it. Joel Goldsmith, who also composed Maniac Cop 3, composed some decent music here for sure. It's kind of reminded me of Proteus' theme. Proteus is a 1995 film based off of Slimer, the book, which is a really crazy shark movie. Kind of shark, I guess. Anyways, this is a really fun movie that runs at a brisk pace. At 82 minutes. The last act does feel a bit rushed, but I still enjoyed the movie for what it was. There is decent acting, effects, action sequences, and a cool set design and atmosphere. It's not the best of the 1989 underwater movies, and even though this is 1990, it was still being made in 1989, so you know. But it isn't the worst. What's really funny is that the sub's exterior looks like a two-man submersible, while inside fits room for 10 people with room for 10 more. Gotta love low-budget filmmaking. Still, it's kind of interesting to see R. Lee Ermey playing a nicer guy considering, well, you know. Overall, I give The Rift a 2 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and I am Brian Gatto, the Horror Show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page, and support me on Patreon. Even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, hit that notification bell, and as always, subscribe.